Tajudeen, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, when we think demutualization of the exchange, we're really talking about bringing efficiency, strategic thinking, and really the pressure, if you like, of shareholders to bear in terms of how the exchange is run. But overall, how do you see this changing, if at all, the dynamics in the market?
Well, I think there are a lot of potentials around the proposed demutualization. To start with, it provides the members with liquidity because you move from being a member to being a shareholder, and that speaks to your ability to be able to generate some cash flow as you dispose of your shares at some point when you like. The second probably important aspect of it is it enables the exchange to tap into global opportunities in terms of being able to go into M&A deals, which may involve the exchange of shares. Because as we speak, the exchange is non-for-profit and it is limited by guarantee. So when you move away from that status to being limited by shares, and then you now have a full shareholding structure, if there is an opportunity around you going into an M&A where you would exchange shares, this current the structure they're moving into allows them to tap into such opportunities. Probably more importantly, they will be able to be on a global front in terms of being among the about 57 demutualized exchanges globally. As at June last year, we had about 56 exchanges that were demutualized. And if you remember, you will recall that Nigeria became a member of the World Federation of Exchanges in October 2014. So this is like the next step forward by demutualizing to become the 57th demutualized exchange.
Well, we certainly look forward to the outcome of that and what that will mean for how the exchange runs. And as you mentioned, it's not unusual to hear about M&A amongst exchanges across the world. But let's talk about MTN. So it's a very solid fourth quarter performance driven by the data business. It seems to be a data story. The big question is how sustainable that is. And what are your thoughts on the numbers and the big takeaways for you?
So if we start with sustainability, I think it is sustainable, and I think we have not even started yet in this country in terms of us being able to tap into the opportunities that are there in data business for the telecoms.
But before you move on that point, some will argue, given the prevalence of poverty, the share of pocket in terms of buying data, can we see that evolution? Or is it a case of more people having access to data? How exactly are you seeing that growth sustain?
So this is what we are looking at. If you take a look at advanced countries, as we speak, they have moved from being voice-centric to being data-centric.
So you're saying the user, not the consumer.
So the users, the consumers in this case. And it speaks largely to what the consumers are asking for. Asking for data for social media uses, asking for data for Internet of Things. You can do everything now, at your own convenience on your mobile phone. And all those have to do with you consuming data. So from that standpoint, the opportunities there are enormous. And if you take a look also at what we are currently doing now in this country, we are largely speaking a telecom industry that is dominated by voices. And we are seeing MTN moving from being voice-centric company to data-centric. And those data-centric sort of insights or opportunities will come from what the consumers are demanding.
Right.
That is partly why we saw 19% contribution of data to revenue from just about 15% last year. And we saw a bit of a drawback in voice revenue.
But of course, the big question is, very quickly, if you can speak to this, is this a buy for you moving forward?
It's a buy, largely because of the strong network coverage, the current expansion that they are doing into cities that allows them to cover more cities on the 4G network. All those are compelling.
Well, they remain the market leader. Thank you so much for your insights this afternoon. Tajudeen Ibrahim, the Vice President and Head of Research at Chapel Hill Denham.